so enai mamini kam ma background kakra nia wo nyina ne se Airbus scandal ho nsemi beto abonten se enai aeroplane bi a ese ya kwakoto de aba mamu no na che sekretary prani kankan akwakobo mu o ensam ne de ekwa wi ase akura no United Kingdom and the United States of America court at Nassau. Emoma hwehwemu a na nigina ne se ene ye ka se European aviation giant Airbus ya wo mutu medi omu dia ne se ene se be ha aircraft ne ho samsam no o ma bebi ato betimi ato na ne kwa wi ase a wo bo ye hwehwemu no United Kingdom Serious Fraud Office e be bo amane se investigation a wo mo ye no wo mo bobi a ye fra no government official wan din or a high-ranking elected officer. Nagana hano brass asimbeto abante no Yera Martin Alamisi Benkaza Midwa kaneno special prosecutor no. Na se you see boss am ne so na e kama se John Dramani Mahama na one no. Se wano na ene ye kana sem so a government official one no. Anu achi intermediary 5 bi susu pia mu a ne ase ani nua ayefra no Adam Mahama ana Samuel Mahama. Na ensa no madia ma special prosecutor ne ho akwa jim. Amo no susu fie nan ni ohe hwemu na se no. Ene na somrofi adwuma kramanya ne dabre. Abusuade apiamu nie. Yes, government official one there. Oh, no doubt. John Dramani Mahama na. One government official one. And an intermediary 5. And a government official 2 no so no. So ye Ninu Samuel Mahama na. Nemum a man for a target John Dramani Mahama say. One no what dia demu dia bribe. Etiketa she prodi kan bo ne ho. Man for to yampia. Edidi opani atem keka nsem gu ne so se ono eba ketashe prani kankan wadimu nti no and a special prosecutor close to docket no wase hwemu oye nyina dia beto dwane se o mampani dada John Dramani Mahama otu Franka Mendy se amayoko ne wom se oye government official one de nenso so wentu na mo bi a che se na oji ademude ana obi anso amfa demude a mehya ne nsa etini hu so nsa brobe eni je na asia ndisi amayoko imu yi yenko we ye ketashe prani kankan ho nsem eti abadi say ya anti-corruption crusade na convener yensan kokrobati umapo owura Adam Senanu yensaka na homa no so yankwani ni opani kwadi nkomo sa asemi ho yera Adam Senanu awi oti anka haya Kessben authentic breaking news ya Mahama akwaba.
Good afternoon.
Me ba cho hu ye de yera
By God's grace I don't.
Ya da nyankopon se ni atia nie sania wate bie no se wate a mamini ka musa ne se wate a office of the special prosecutor ayera kisia jabenda no wa yense drofo nhia mu na no pay ya dia babeto abonte se government official wine ehun sem Airbus scandal ehun sem wo ma twe wo court wa na nhwemu akomu ano yera John Dramani Mahama na mafo tetrom sa wo de so se wo ye government official one no no krese wo no na government official one na mom keta share project and the attitude sa bribe allegations say the tag no to ne so ne de eno de ente sa me pa cho mami mi sa say so de wani adi nsem ya chi a your initial comment e wa say me ho ene saying.
Well, it's good news. It's good news when a thorough investigation has shown that a public officer in the nature of a former president was not directly involved in corruption or corruption-related actions. I think it's a good thing for all of us, especially because we are going to political season. At least then you are sure that the candidate who is being offered by the party, at least one of the parties, is not somebody who we will say should not even be on the ticket in the first place. So we are happy that OSP has finished this investigation.
Very well. Now, you're saying that penifo bu baby say en kakran na kokodi nsuo. En na ye dan anso nsuo bete amadu fochi ayeja. Eba ni say no one many o ma din komo NDC afam woni age papa. Me no ka says communications officer national edman NDC amayoko no kwa the right up bia ba what say apamsafo munyuma nyina ayekwa. One man na eboyera John Dramani Mahama sabin previous and it is was say corrupt no efa sa asem we hu no manim agu ase se say de omanim atwa o na ehwemu na course wo e ma sa ehwemu ya beto abonte mi bi sa say in your opinion no hwa ehwemu no thoroughly akoso ye aya unbiased ama ehwemu abeto abonte ye betimi age ekura mu ye?
I think it's an unbiased report. The special prosecutor highlights the fact that in spite of the fact that there was no corruption or corruption-related evidence against the president and his brother, the president should have known better than to be engaging in an activity where his own relative was involved, because automatically it will leave the impression of an abuse of power, of conflict of interest, abuse of discretion or influencing. So even though the special prosecutor has found that there's no evidence to suggest that he received a bribe or influenced the process, the special prosecutor points out that the president should have recused himself. And I think that's very objective, because over and over again, even with this government, we found that public officers don't understand that when you are a government officer and there is something going on that relates to your family or to your business, you ought not to be actively involved. I think it's a very fair report.
Wow. Incredible. Okay, you know, yes, I heard you say, Ghana, been about to Wakabusumi num. Na, Yabeka said, one of the fundamental pillars, and Jilasadia Bakwa Ghana for her so to aba, Ketasha Pranikankai. Sienya Tagio say, we are corrupter, as a Ghana for Agnipa. Na, Nanu ya Krenra, and this Amayoko, 1 year central for Shamaya Sammy Gyamfi. The same corruption issues here, be already target Dr. Baumia about cocoa rose be won somewhere, Sisicano inflation, so come fast with the contract in mine, uncle ye, so sourcing. What I need me be son say, where are Bano, a beggar soon so. Our Jinaya Gan and Nibe Sie, our about better December 7 or Swana.
Well, it will definitely inure to the benefit of former President John Mahama, because those who have been calling him corrupt, especially with relation to government official one, now that particular allegation has been cleared, so you cannot say he was corrupt in that instance. At the same time, it also means that when we hear people saying somebody is corrupt without the evidence or investigation, we should be very careful. Because in the same way that he was accused and we have eventually discovered that it was unfair, there's no evidence to support it, it may also be the case that other persons who have been accused, unless we have the evidence and the investigation, we may not be drawing the right conclusion. So we should be cautious, even as we hear people get claimed that people are corrupt, and therefore public opinion is the basis on which we conclude that the person is truly corrupt.
Yes, and we was no our kwanya. Me baby sa we na yede yankomo na abawie ye. What can you say no mami misa? Say yes, na me di kan bu be no asomrofi adwuma kramanya ne dabre. The office of the special prosecutor, special prosecutor no kisia jamen. Wa share hwemu yase be semfie nan ni say what de bibia ba wie ye wa close docket no wa kirem fefefe say United Kingdom court and United States of America court. Wo mu nyina tran hwemu iso, oni o ma collaborate e ma say sunsanso abanie. Me bisa say John Dramani Mahama sani amanfo kagu ne so say ketare pro ne kankan ne hubo mu o sa semi ho bi dem kura kan point blank say oye corrupt na ono no government official one na ene waji ademudia ne ade mami misa John Dramani Mahama wo ho kwan say defamation of character we wet me de won so a toto na yampia ne ade no akogina sani bia na.
That's a very interesting question. I believe so. I think that if he can identify particular people who were very specific or categoric in their statements that you are corrupt on this basis, without providing the option that if this is true, then you are corrupt, he can choose to take them to court for defamation. So that's an important point you have raised, that the person who has been defamed has a right to go to court and to obtain justice in terms of saying that you ruined my career or my brand or my image or my reputation because you made this statement, and you made it as an explicit categoric statement without, as it were, referring to the fact that maybe if the investigation goes on, it may exonerate me. So I think that he has that right, and he can exercise it if he wants to.
Very well. Yera Adamson, and why are there? You better was here now. We are in your own opinion. The who's of justice grants slowly. Kakran yet and train. Kisia Gabia, Jumanu Fiena in your fairness to Saswana Babote. So, who are GDO? Yera Kisia Gabi Musa Jumano, and one woman will bet me a ball.
Oh, I have a lot of confidence in the current special prosecutor. I think he's a young man who wants to do the right thing for this country. And so when the corrupt people are fighting back, those of us who understand how difficult this task is, we should continue to support those we know are speaking up, and they are not being quiet.
Very well.
I think we should continue to support him.
Yera Adam Senanu, and now we are Kessben authentic breaking news at here for any Dama. Ewo enchechemua esefata ode ababedum yen. I was your anti-corruption convener. And I bet you fine.